All right. Good morning, all my Facebook listeners, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, all you guys out there. Welcome to this morning's broadcast. I'm Dr. Joe Blake here, your host here on Point Podcast. Uh, Welcome to be here. Just want to remind you, we're here to help you get your financial point across. I'm your host, Dr. Joe Blake, and got some great information to share with you today. It's a Saturday, and I'm telling you, it's still warm here in Goodyear, Arizona. Wow, it's still warm here. Great show today. I have a wonderful host going to share information about business communication and showing everything with businesses and everything. Want to give you an announcement about a book series and some good information. Let me just jump right over there and share it with you. Now you're able to pick up our first installment of financial literacy, Joseph Building Financial Literacy on the Walmart platform. You can actually go to a Walmart bookstore online and just type in my name there, Dr. Joseph Blake Jr. And so you can pick up the different versions of the financial literacy book there. My publisher is working on getting the second volume there available as well. But so, yes, so it's on Amazon, now it's in Walmart as well. You can pick up the Building Financial Literacy website. So I'm so honored and I'm just speechless that now that the book is there as well for you to be able, all the readers to be able to pick up there as well. So the process of being able to reach more people and be able to share what we have to share as far as financial literacy is concerned, it's good. I mean, it's just another way to get out there worldwide now to get more knowledge. I mean, Amazon is worldwide too, but now I just think Walmart is going to reach even be able to get access to more people as well. So it's out there on Walmart now. Good deal. Okay. Now I'm going to bring on my son. Here's my boy here. He's going to help me out here. It's my oldest son, Joseph. Make sure he's here. You there, son?
Hey.
All right. How's your day going, son?
It's going pretty good. I can't complain.
All right. I know we were just on a call yesterday, working on another project we have coming later in the month of September. It seems that God is working with us to just kind of build things and get a lot of things going for financial literacy and helping more folks get growing and going in these things. What do you think about what's happening for the future there, son?
I'm always excited about the future. A lot of big things are happening and changing around the world. Good. And I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Awesome. Man, was that the radio you had in your hand?
Yeah, my son, he just came from outside, so I'm trying to help him out real quick.
That's cool. He's got he has a walkie-talkie, so that's how he communicates with my grandson when they go out go play instead of your cell phone. You got a walkie-talkie, and they do that thing. No, I didn't do that when he was a little kid, but he got a little walkie-talkie thing. All right. Okay. Be serious,
Lock that
man.
back door, Ada.
Okay. All right. So let's bring our guest speaker on. Her name is Sahara Medina. I've known Sahara for almost a year now. She's a member with me in a networking group I'm a part of, Network Together. But she has her own company called Growth Force Corporation. And in her company, she works with business owners, those business owners, and she helps them. Her mission is to help employees and companies grow, and so they grow through communication. So I don't want to give too much of her fire away. So I'm going to just bring Sahara on, and let's see, Sahara, there you are.
Hi, thank you.
Welcome to the podcast here today. Uh, so tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, your family, and where you are right now too. So
I am originally from Mexico. I live I was in Veracruz for a long until probably 19, 18 years old, and then I moved here. And so right now I am in Hermosillo. I'm visiting my brother here in Hermosillo. So I am in Mexico right now.
okay, that is wonderful. My wife, she has family from Mexico as well. My mother-in-law was born there, so it's been a while since we've been over that side. But yeah, so Mexican roots.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm here. I'm here, ready.
And tell us a little bit about your company.
My company, I am a trainer. I help companies with their employees with communication. I give them the necessary tools to empower them and get more connections, better connections with their clients and customers. The way that they communicate, it is making their relationship stronger, and that's going to help the company to keep growing and expanding and brings more revenue to the company. So the more that the communication gets better, the more that the employees feel confident and, and more trained on how to communicate, it will make your company grow and help them to get more revenue. So it
Okay.
helps with the financials to have a good customer service.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So we wanted to discuss how communications and financial literacy works. Because you're dealing with companies and everything. So why do you feel like financial literacy is essential for customer care professionals and understanding personal finance? How does that improve the empathy when communicating with customers and facing financial challenges, especially dealing with customer care professionals?
When an employee feels confident on talking to a customer or a client, it will create that connection. It will create credibility. If a client or a customer doesn't feel that connection, doesn't feel that credibility, that trust, the customer is not going to stay. So the more that the employees know how to recognize what the communication is, how this client likes to be treated, how you can communicate the information about your services with this client or with this customer, it is going to improve that relationship. And it is going to help the company. So the more that you train your employees, the better that is going to be for the client and the customer. They are going to be more prepared. They are going to be able to build that relationship, and that is going to keep that customer with you. And at the same time, it is going to bring more customers because they're going to be able to refer your services to somebody else because that there's a connection.
Okay. Yeah, you got to be careful because finances is a very sensitive subject, and you're speaking to that professional about your care. That's sensitive as well. I mean, finances into it even more of a sensitive situation. So, what are some best practices for explaining maybe financial services, but also relating that to relating that in such a way that's not overwhelming, to someone. So you're explaining, how do you talk to your trainers or talk to your professionals about it so in such a way so it's not overwhelming to a customer.
Yeah. When I was talking about what I was mentioning about connection, that means asking questions. The more that you start to know your customer, the easier that you're going to be able to create that relationship. The more that you know your services, the more confident you feel with the services that you are providing, then it is easier to get that connection with the clients. It is easier to be more clear when you start asking more questions, when you start helping the customer to understand it is going to be better. By understand, I mean that when you ask questions, you start to breaking down to make it easier for the customer to understand whatever it is that you're gonna be related or you're gonna be referenced to. It also helps if you create, like, let's say, family, something related, something that they can relate to, some kind of storytelling, something that it is going to help them to visualize, to be able to relate to whatever it is that they're trying to accomplish. And that is really just by asking questions.
Okay.
You create that communication by asking questions. And I'm not going to say questions to just say yes or no. I mean, open-ended questions, because that is going to help you to understand and to know more about your customer.
Okay. Now, in doing that, how do you, what platforms do you use? What platforms do you have available where you share that type of training?
For example, let me just get this. If I want to help a customer or a client, and this client, it is not understanding, or I'm not able to understand, then I'm going to show them visualization. I'm going to, for example, provide my website or my related to my social media, so they can see more exactly what I'm talking about. Or I can also just ask them, again, in this case, the more open-ended questions you ask is your best help, your best resource if you want to create that communication.
Okay. Now, you were mentioning before that you had classes that you share with curriculum. Tell us a little more about that.
Yes, I have some open to the public classes. I usually have contracts with companies, but in this case, I created some classes for the public. So anyone who would like to get more information, anyone who would like to learn more about how to create those connections, they can just join our class, my class, or our classes. These classes are continuous classes, and it is throughout the day, throughout the year. You don't need to attend the class from this week in order for you to understand what is going to be for the next week. For example, these are classes that are independent, and at the same time, they are combined. You can follow up with the other class previous or with the next class. They are all related, and they are at the same time independent.
Okay. You know what? I didn't ask you earlier. Do you have a website? Or
I do. My website, it is Sahara Medina Domings .sandler.com.
.com.
.com, yes. And in there, you can see all the different trainings that I'm offering. And like I mentioned, these trainings, usually it is for companies, and that doesn't mean that it is only for them. The individuals who want to improve, who wants to do better with their own businesses, they can take those classes. They are not just related to a specific area. They are for everyone. And the main thing it is that how to communicate. That is the main point of every class, to communicate better, to have a better relationship, to understand your client or your customer.
Okay, good. Okay, Joseph, you had something to ask her as well?
Yeah, I had a few questions. The first of which I just want to know, how can you get customer agents using, how can the customer agents use active listening skills to identify customers' financial pain points and tailor solutions that build trust and meet their needs?
Yes. One of the skills, it is to pay attention. To pay attention to the tone the customer is using, to the words the customer is using. Another way it is to rephrase what you are hearing. When you rephrase what you heard from your customer, that helps the customer to understand if what they were thinking, what they were feeling, what they were saying, it makes sense, or it is making sense for the representative or for the agent. Because when you do that, the customer is listening, it is hearing it. So that helps you as an agent to understand what the customer it is saying. Another thing, it is really don't judge, just listen. Be empathetic. Trust by creating that relationship with understanding, with summarizing what the customer is saying, or what this is one of the main things. Do not assume anything. When you're not sure, or when you don't understand what this customer or this client it is saying or it is referring to, the easier or the better it is to rephrase what you just heard, because that's going to help. And your customer is going to know that you really are paying attention to him or to her.
Okay. Yeah, I could definitely relate to that as well. I've worked a little help desk function, and so I'm an IT instructor. So that's a lot of the things and skill sets that I try to teach students, is to have those active listening skills, so they can resonate with their customers. Another question that I had was, in cases where a customer's financial situation creates tension or frustration, what communication strategies can customer care representatives use to de-escalate the situation while remaining professional and empathetic?
Yeah, and this is something so important. The main thing, do not engage with, let's say that this customer, it is raising their voice because it is so frustrated. The main thing is to remain calm. and listen to what the problem is. But don't focus on that. Focus on the solution. Remain calm. Do not engage by raising your voice or anything like that, because that is just going to escalate everything. What you're trying to do, it is de-escalate and bring your customer to a calm position where they can be heard, when they feel that they've been heard and that they don't need to raise their voice. I know this is not an easy thing. So a lot of people, it gets so frustrated that the first thing that they do it is raise their voice. I will say breathe and then assure your client, I understand your frustration. I understand what you are saying. Let me ask you now, what will be a good solution? That way, you are going to help the client or the customer to calm down, and then you can start again asking open questions. That is going to help to de-escalate the situation, to be able to see different possibilities for that situation. And when you do that, you keep a neutral tone, neutral voice, and then that is going to help for the customer to feel that you're really paying attention to him or to her, and you're really trying to help. If you go to the same level of raising and your voice and trying to be more, I'm going to say, in an attacking position or situation, that's going to go bad. That is not going to help at all in this situation. De-escalate the situation by focusing on what the solution could be, what open questions you can ask that is going to help the customer or the client to understand that you're trying to help.
Okay, sounds good. And the last question I had was, how can storytelling and relatable examples help customer care agents educate customers on financial concepts like budgeting, interest rates, or repayment plans?
When talking about money, talking about financial, is not an easy situation. Because it is too personal, right? It is too personal. So what you're trying to do with the storytelling, it is just to relate. Okay, I understand that financial situation or this financial thing or matter, whatever is happening at that time, it is so important for you. I understand it. I had, for example, I had another customer where they was in a situation similar to yours, and these were the solutions that we were able to give. I mean, again, do not focus on the problem, focus on the solutions. And by saying those storytelling, by relating that I understand it, that helps a lot with the clients, because they know that they're not the only ones having that situation. There are other people, and yet you were able to help somebody else. And that's what they're looking for, to have that confidence that you're going to be able to help. Again, focus on what solutions you can give, not on the problem.
All right, sounds. I'll take a note of that myself, because me and my father, we talk about finances a lot, and sometimes those conversations get kind of tense. So I try to. I think storytelling would probably help us a lot in our communication. Try to take it off of being so personal and maybe relate it to different situations. So yeah, I'll take a note of that.
Yeah, like I said, financial, it's very personal. And a lot of people, they think that you should not be talking about financials, or be careful who you're talking. And I understand it. I completely understand it. The difference it is that when you're trying to train, or when you're training your employees to help a client, you need to let them know the financial, it is this patient, or this customer's personal problem. So you're going to be a neutral, you're going to be in a position that you're going to be offering different solutions. It is not, whatever the issue it is, the problem, it is not against you as a person. It is against the situation, the problem that they are having. So it is not personal, it's not you, it is just the problem. So focus on that. And when you train your employees to focus on that, it is this issue, it is this client, it is frustrated because of that situation, not because of you. It's the situation. So what solutions can you give to this client that it's going to help them for that situation? And when you're trying to train your employees that way, when you're giving them the tools to handle the situations like that, then it is easier. And then that client or that customer, it is going to create that connection. It is going to feel that you really are understanding, that you really are there to help them. And they feel heard, and they see that you're giving them the attention. And that way, it is going to be helpful for everyone. Yeah. For everyone.
Yeah. Now, Sahara, I have your website. But am I missing something? It's scrolling down at the bottom there. Am I missing something on the website there?
It is Sahara Medina Domings .Sandler.
.seller.com.
Yes.
Hello. Oh, the seller.com.
Sandler. S-A.
Oh, S-A.
Yeah, it is S-A-N-D-L-E-R. Sandler.
S-A. Say it again now.
Yes, S-A-N-D-L-E-R.
.com.
.com. Sandler.com. Yes.
Okay, good deal. All right. So the website at the bottom there. This is the last question. It's kind of combined. So transparency is key. That's basically what you were saying. Being transparent. And what are some red flags that someone's being trained to look out for when they're talking to someone? A red flag that'll wake them up, make sure they're sharing good things with someone.
One of the things, it is, like I mentioned at the beginning, know your service. When your employees know their services, it is easier to relate.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes they require complex words or for example, anything about the internet, computers and all that, it is difficult for me to understand. So when you know that the service is required to talk in words that are a little bit complex, then use storytelling. Use simple words that you know the people are going to be, they're going to understand.
Right.
Sometimes you have a lot of information to provide to your client, and your client gets frustrated because it is overwhelming. Try to do it in little amounts, but be transparent. Don't try to hide things. Be transparent. and make it easier. Don't overwhelm, because at that time your client it is not going to hear anything else and it is going to get frustrated. Make
Okay.
it make it something that they're going to remember, something that is related, that it's easier to relate to. Let's say that I'm going to provide all this information, and I know that it's a lot. I know that the client might be overwhelmed. So I'm just going to give this information, and then I'm going to tell the client, you know what? It's a lot. Let me follow up with you to see how you got that information. Because you need to like get it a little bit, think about it. I'm going to follow up with you on this day at this time. And then if there are any questions, I can ask you at that time, or I can give you more information. So those are the little things that that can help you to help your client to get that trust, to get that confidence, and to get that connection.
Okay. Awesome. I tell you what, it's been awesome. I mean, great conversation, great information in detail. You got my son going. You got on my case about something already, but we'll talk about it afterwards. All right, so I'll put you guys in the background for right now, and just hang tight though, okay? So hold on, I gotta let the audience know. Hold on a second here. All right. I hope everyone got some great information from their business communication. Getting over complex information, taking care of professionals, make sure we're communicating with everyone as well. Just want to remind everyone that you please download there's a QR code. You can download the book, Sapphire Edition. You can also get it online at Amazon. This one is not yet at Walmart, but it should be there soon. But you get at least the first edition at Walmart. Also, remember to please like and subscribe to the channel. Get more of the information that's out there, so please like and subscribe to the channel. You can download the QR code there. That also has the companion app. The companion app goes along with the book, and inside the app you'll have more descriptive detail about the actionable money concept, actual financial literacy concept that we teach here on the podcast. And hey, it's always a great day and always good information. We do our best to be able to provide everyone to understand more about money, always more to learn more about economics and help you build and create wealth from one generation to the next. Financial literacy lasts a lifetime. Financial legacy lasts for generations. And with that, so all we want to do is stay tuned, stay informed, and stay on point. So have a great day. We'll see you again next week. Next week, we'll have Dr. Alfred Craig on, and we'll talk about faith and finance in a greater detail. So we'll see everybody next week. See, same bad channel, same bad time. Have a great and wonderful day.